Roger, Russell, Andy, Peter, and the lovely Kate. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Timeline here on Challenge, the show where time and trivia collide and where time is quite literally money. And it's a simple game where couples racing against the clock put a series of events in order with a chance of winning up to £5,000. And hoping to do just that, it's today's contestants. We got Sarah and Roger, Russell and Andy, Peter and Katie. Our contestants, ladies and gentlemen. Here, welcome, Peter. Welcome, Katie. So, how do you know each other? Are you married? Are you...
No. We're friends. We went to drama school together.
Oh, really? So you are thespians?
We are. But we're quite new out, aren't we?
Yeah, we're new out of drama school. We only graduated a year ago, so we're still early on.
Yeah,
he was at the
Go on, Pete, tell us.
What? Yeah, I've done some stage work, which is great.
What? You don't want to tell us, do you?
No.
Go on, what are you?
Tell you.
You're the donkey. No?
I wasn't far off. I was in the Tempest at the Globe this summer, so that was fun.
He was in the Tempest and at the Globe. What part did you play?
I was a ghost.
So no one saw you?
It was a really good part. It was.
So give us your ghost, Peter.
I just had to sort of just go...
Come on, this area for Peter and Katie. Russell, Andy. So tell us, guys, how did you meet?
Oh, Chelsea, really.
Chelsea?
Yeah, we used to have season tickets at the time, and by some strange coincidence, we got a stretch limo up to a birthday party whose was Ron Harris.
It was.
Not the Ron
Harris.
Harris.
Yeah, Chopper himself.
Yeah.
And we got on really well, and ever since that day, we've just gelled, haven't we, mate?
All right, then. So you like rock and roll?
I do like a bit of rock
What's
and
your
roll.
favourite rock and roll band?
I have to say Status Quo, Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden?
Yeah. Love it.
Two things put me off Iron Maiden. My ears. No. And so, do you play?
I do. I play guitar and sing in a rock band.
Yeah?
Yeah, currently rehearsing for a couple of pub gigs. So.
There you go. But I want to know, how did you used to impress the girls, Russell?
Oh, one of my favourite chat-up lines, when they asked me what my job was.
Go on.
Yeah, I used to say I was a deckhand on a submarine.
Why?
Well, if they answered yes, I always had a chance, because they weren't so clever then, were they?
I'm going to leave it at that, gentlemen. Andy, Russell, welcome to the show. There they are. Roger, Sarah, tell us how you met, how you know each other. Are you
tell that one?
friends?
We're actually cousin-in-laws.
Your cousin-in-laws? All right.
My great-great-uncle was John Law Hume, who died on the Titanic, unfortunately. Roger's wife is an author, and she writes books on the Titanic, and my eldest son contacted her because she was in the local newspaper, and we realised we were related, so we met up, and we've been friends ever since.
That is amazing. So, Roger, have you got any hobbies?
Yeah, well, I'm a photographer professionally.
Yeah.
I also like taking pictures as a
that's
hobby.
handy.
Yeah, it is really.
What sort of things do you take pictures of? What sort of things?
Well, professionally, it's food, so it can be anything.
No.
Yeah,
So
it
you
can
know,
be
like when we walk past a chip shop and it's got, like, the burger and the chips
That's
and
it,
everything?
yeah.
That's the sort of thing you would do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? Fair enough.
Yeah, well.
And when you finish, you can just tuck into it, can't you?
Yeah, now and again, yeah.
Yeah. So you enjoy it. So have you ever done weddings, things like that, Roger?
I absolutely detest taking pictures of people.
You really?
I can't stand it. They're horrible. You know, they're sort of sticking their tongues out, shutting their eyes.
Well, what are you doing to them?
I don't know. I don't take pictures of potatoes, though, because they got eyes, haven't they?
Just leave the comedy to the professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, they are today's contestants, all hoping to win a huge amount of cash here on Timeline. Round one is all about earning points. The more points you win, the more time you'll have in your time bank at the end of the show to play for the big money. Now, in this round, we're giving you 60 seconds to complete your timeline, and for every moment you correctly place, you get 1 point. Peter and Katie, these are the three categories you get to choose from. Here they are. Sport, radio or quotes?
I think our best bet is going to be quotes. Sport, for me, is definitely a
Yeah,
no-no.
and definitely not sport for us.
I listen to radio too, that's about it.
Yeah. These are quite hard categories for us, I reckon.
So I think quotes.
Quotes, we'll go for
Should go
quotes.
Quotes it is. 60 seconds in your time bank, and here comes the 5 moments you need to place on your timeline. One small step for man. I have a dream.
Oh, gosh.
We shall fight on the beaches. I'm not a crook. And finally, they think it's all over.
Oh,
No one leaves at the end of this round, so it's all about getting your timeline right. So this is what you need to do. Place these famous quotes on the year they were first spoken. Your time starts now.
Okay. I think it's all over is... I was going to say it's something to do with football, obviously. Yeah, put it there. Sorry.
Okay.
We shall fight on the beaches. That's Churchill. So that's going to be... Is it 40? Put it in 40.
Yeah.
Something to do with the war. One small step for mankind.
First man on the moon.
First man on the moon. When would that be? I've no idea. 63, 40 seconds. I have a dream, Martin Luther King. Put him on there. I'm not a crook. That's the... Is that Nixon and...
Yeah.
Nixon and Frost. Put that on
30
69.
seconds left.
OK.
OK.
So, have a look
I'm
at
not
that.
too sure about these two here.
Nor am I.
66, 63. One small step for mankind. I think
20
it's over
seconds.
1973. I have no idea about
Nor do
football
I,
either.
nor do I either. I think...
Should we just stick with it?
Yeah,
Are you happy?
yeah.
'Cause I'm not
I don't know
entirely
anything
sure.
else.
Happy?
Yeah, let's go.
OK.
I don't know.
The fact
didn't
they're all
know.
black and white doesn't help because it's nothing new, you know?
But,
Oh, that's a really stupid thing to say, I know, but...
well, how confident you are with We Shall Fight Them on the Beaches?
I hope that's Winston Churchill.
I think you're right. 1940. Are they right? Yes. All right. You're on the roll. One small step for man. You know who said that?
First man on the moon. What, Neil
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Shame that wasn't a question, but here we go.
Oh,
One
no.
small
Is
step
it
for man,
66?
1963. Are they right? No.
It
It wasn't.
66.
OK.
69,
I Have a Dream.
So that
Was
was
that said in 1966 by Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
Are they right?
Oh.
No, they're not. I am not a
I think
crook.
this might be wrong.
This is something that Richard Nixon said. Did he say it in 1969?
Hopefully. Oh, my God.
No, he didn't. You started well.
I know. We should have gone for radio.
They think it's all over. Was that 1973? No. So let's see how the timeline should have looked.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness
Oh,
me.
no.
1940, Winston Churchill, you knew that. I Have a Dream was 1963.
Early.
What year did England win the 1966 World Cup? Do you know that, Katie?
Maybe it was 1966.
Neil Armstrong stood on the moon in 1969. And I'm not a crook, 1973. Katie and Peter, you got yourself 1 point.
Oh.
You're off the mark. Give them a round of applause. So, will that be enough to give them a chance to play for £5,000 at the end of the show? Only time will tell, and it'll be telling us right after this break. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Timeline, the game show where getting tactile with a touchscreen can mean winning a touch of up to £5,000. Now, before the break, Peter and Katie correctly placed 1 moment on their timeline, and they now have... Don't be embarrassed, guys, but they have 1 point. Give them a round of applause. Russell and Andy, it's now your turn to play round 1, and you've got just 2 categories to choose from. Here they are. Sport or radio? I'm thinking you're going to go sport, Chelsea
It's...
guys.
yeah. No, it is so obvious to do sport.
I think it is.
Sport, yeah.
Good luck, gentlemen. Sport it is. Here we go. Remember, if you make it through to the final, the more points you have, the more time you'll have to play for the big money. In this game, points means time. Here comes the 5 moments you need to place on your timeline. Zola Budd trips Mary Decker Mike Atherton is accused of ball tampering. Maradona's hand of God goal. Nelson Piquet Jr.'s controversial Formula One crash. And finally, John McEnroe's "You Cannot Be Serious" outburst. It's a point for everyone you get right, and you've got 60 seconds to complete your timeline. Place these sporting moments on the year they happened. Your time starts now.
Sure I'd left school.
I think you had
So
left school.
81.
I'm sure you've left school.
81. When you went, oh, you cannot be serious.
Stay there. Solar Bud, I think, was 86. No,
84.
84.
That was
Go
84
on,
because
84.
like she
Maradona and
was at Rhodesia, went to England.
Nelson Piquet and Mike Atherton.
Mike Atherton.
Nelson Piquet Jr. crashing.
That's got to be 2008 because that was 94. He hasn't been captain for England for
No, he
ages.
hasn't, has he? 2000.
I can't see anything else but that.
No, it's got to be. That was
Plenty
definitely.
of time,
later.
guys.
Ball
I
tampering.
don't know that one, but that's definitely 86.
What one don't you know?
The Nelson Piquet
Piquet,
one,
not
but it's
sure
the only
on
gap
it.
we've got to think less what's left. I mean,
Maradona
sure
was
that.
definitely 86.
Yeah, it was because it was World
without
Cup
doubt,
year.
World Cup.
Solar Bud.
It was 82.
That must be. Yeah, that's because that's Olympics, wasn't it?
That was the Olympics in Los Angeles.
13. You cannot be serious.
And that was definitely
10
86.
seconds
Yeah,
now.
we're right.
Yeah. Happy days.
You happy with that? Then, gentlemen, let's have a look, shall we? So, you cannot be serious. You're saying, obviously, the great man said that back in 1981. Yes! Zola Bud trips Mary Decker. Did that happen back in 1984? Yes. Maradona's Hand of God. Did that happen in 1986? Yeah. Well done. Yeah. All right. This is Mike Atherton's ball tampering. Did it happen in 1994? Yes. Which obviously means Nelson Piquet Jr.'s crash did happen in 2008. Let's hear the noise. A full house. Annie and Russell, congratulations. You've got yourself 5 out of 5. So, Sarah and Roger. Oh, here we go. You've got one category to choose, and here it is for you. It's radio. Are you happy with that? Would you have liked to go on sports? Would you have liked to go on quotes?
I would prefer quotes, actually. But
Yeah,
I, think
I knew both of those other ones, all of them. So
always the
Yeah.
way. Always the way.
Yeah.
No, straight up, honestly.
All right, but well, how much do you know about radio?
Nothing.
Probably not a lot.
All right, well, we're going to find out, aren't we? Here we go. Radio it is. You've a full 60 seconds. Your 5 moments are... Zoe Ball, Noel Edmonds, Chris Evans, Simon Mayo, and finally, Sarah Cox. Here's what you have to do. Place these Radio 1 DJs on the year they started as a permanent breakfast show host. Your time starts now.
Okay, Noel Edmonds is 80-something.
No, Noel Edmonds,
Earlier?
1973, definitely.
I think Sarah Cox is she the latest one.
Yeah, Simon Mayo would be 1988, because I remember listening to him when I used to have a shop.
Okay.
Not doing a lot else.
This Chris Evans and Zoe. Do you think Sarah's 2000?
Sarah Cox, yeah,
Because she
2000.
took over from Zoe, didn't she?
Yeah. Chris Evans, I would say...
95?
95.
And Zoe, you've got 36 seconds now.
Yeah.
You happy with
97.
that? Just check that.
Yeah.
Loads of
So
time,
Noel
guys.
Edmonds.
Definitely that.
Take your time.
Definitely
Got 30
Simon
seconds
Mayo.
still.
I'm happy with Sarah Cox at 2000.
95, 97. It's a
25
bit
seconds.
close. The show...
It's very close, isn't it? 95
20
now.
seconds.
I'm quite happy. I mean, it's a bit of a toss-up
Okay.
between those. Yeah,
Happy
I'm
with
quite
that?
happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Roger was striving that, wasn't he, Sarah?
Absolutely.
So, Noel Edmonds, was he a breakfast radio host back in 1973? Yes. Well done. Took over from Tony Blackburn. There you go. Simon Mayo, was he a breakfast host back in 1988? Yes. Well done. So, Chris Evans, was he made the permanent breakfast host back in 1995? Yes. Did Zoe Ball become the permanent breakfast show host back in 1997? Yes. Sarah Cox, obviously, 2000. Let's hear the noise. 5 out of 5. Congratulations, Sarah and Roger. So, going in at round 2, the scores are Peter and Katie with 1, Sarah and Roger, they've got 5, and Russell and Andy also have 5. Now, at the end of this round, the couple with the least points will be leaving. There's just 45 seconds on the clock, and if there is a tie, whoever completes their timeline the slowest will be out. So, guys, you really want to take your time, just not too much time. Now, in round 2, instead of dates on the timeline, it's numbers. It could be how quick, it could be how long, it could be how fast. Peter and Katie, you had the least amount of points. As I'm sure you're well aware, you get to choose the category first. Here are the categories to choose from. They are films, landmarks, transport.
I probably know more about films than transport. Landmarks, I don't know.
OK, I'm going to...
What should we do? Film?
Film. Let's go for film.
I'll go for film.
Peter and Katie, films it is. Remember, if you make it to the final, the more points you have, the more time you'll have to win up to £5,000. Peter and Katie, here comes the 5 items you need to place. The Godfather, Dances with Wolves, The Blair Witch Project, Jurassic Park, and finally, Spice World. And here's what you have to do. Place these films on their original length in minutes according to IMDb. Your time starts now.
OK,
OK, Godfather, I think, is a long film.
It's 3 hours, I think.
So
61, 21, I think... Whoa! I think it goes there.
I think it goes... goodness.
or
Blair
there.
Witch Project was... that was out a few years ago.
An hour and 20 minutes.
Short? What's the
quite
shortest?
short, isn't
Put it up. Put it on
I think it's
81.
there. Dance with Wolves again is around
I think
about
that's
3
a long
hours,
film.
175.
Wannabe needs to be shorter, so put it on 120.
Yeah, and Jurassic Park is about 2 hours, just over two hours.
20
yeah.
seconds.
Are you happy with that? Should we just...
I'm just not sure about these ones, but I think, yeah, we'll go.
Well done, guys. What was that little look for?
I don't know, you just start
You
doubting
don't know,
yourself,
yeah.
don't you?
I know, let's find
We'll
out,
see.
shall
I'm
we?
not
Here
sure
we go.
about those two, actually.
So place these films on their original length in minutes. So you're saying the Blair Witch Project lasted 81 minutes? Yeah! Listen, it's not like before. When it starts off well, it won't, it won't.
I'm too excited.
OK, Spice World, you think that film lasted 93 minutes, just felt longer. OK, here we go. Are the guys right? Yeah! Jurassic Park. You're saying that film was 127 minutes. Are you right? Well done, guys. This is it now. Dances with Wolves, 175 minutes.
Oh, no. The Godfather is so long.
Is The Godfather 181 minutes? Yeah, I think we knew
those
that.
were the two I was maybe slightly unsure of because they're
You're right.
both
Let's
about
see how the
3
timeline
hours.
should have looked. Yeah, The Godfather was obviously shorter than Dances with Wolves. You got 3, though, and a grand total you now have of 4. Peter and Katie. So, who will be playing for the money in the final round? Only time will tell, and it will be telling us right after this break. Welcome back to Timeline, the game show where points means time and time means money, all the way up to £5,000. Now, before the break, Peter and Katie scored a total of 4 points. Russell and Andy, you were first last time, so Sarah and Roger, you're going to be going next. Here are the categories to choose from. It's landmarks or transport.
Goodness me.
You would have preferred film?
Yes. I would say transport, because landmarks, it could be just anything.
Transport, please.
Transport.
Good luck, transport it is. It's 1 point for the right answer and just 45 seconds in your time bank. And if you do make it to the final, the more points you have, the more time you'll have to hopefully take the money. Here comes the 5 moments you need to place on your timeline. Books, pairs of gloves, mobile phones,
Gosh.
toys and games, and finally, umbrellas is what you have to do. Match these items to the number handed in to Transport for London's Lost Property Office in 2012. Your time starts now.
OK.
I would say
goodness me.
books has got to be the highest one.
OK. Mobile phones, I think, quite short because people like to hold on to them, don't
Yeah,
they? So, that one?
That
15,
one there?
yeah.
Yeah. Pairs of gloves.
Gloves,
That one.
quite high as well.
Which one do you want to go? 12?
3.
Yeah.
Umbrellas, 12.
Yeah.
Because lots of people forget those. And then toys
Toys
in the
and
middle.
games. Yeah.
Do you want to just have a look at it? You've got 20 seconds left.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Right. I would say mobile phones.
Yeah, because people do like to hold on to them, don't
Yeah,
they?
I would actually say that was higher. I would say that was more
Okay.
there.
So you've got 10 seconds left.
Yeah. 9, 8.
Then go that one. Is that near enough?
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
You're going to
Okay,
run out of time?
yeah.
Well done.
Gosh, that was terrible.
Sarah, Roger, you ever lost anything on a train?
No,
You marbles.
You marvel.
that was really difficult.
It was, wasn't it?
It was horrible.
Well, if it was easy, it wouldn't be part of the game, would it? So, here we go. Match these items to the number handed in to the Transport for London's Lost Property Office in 2012. You're saying toys and games. There was 1,540 handed in. Yes! Well done indeed, guys. All right, pairs of gloves. They're saying that 3,426 are handed in to Transport for London's Lost Property Office. No. All right, then. Let's see how you did with mobile phones. Here we go. You're saying 4,926 were handed in 2012? No.
Tricky.
How about umbrellas, though? Feel
No,
confident?
I think that should be where books is.
Yeah? So you think that's in the wrong place?
I do.
So why did you not move
I
it
don't
when
know.
you were...
Because I said don't.
Yeah, it's
All right,
Roger's
then.
fault.
OK, so if you get it wrong, it's Roger's fault.
Yep.
OK, so how many
Always.
umbrellas? You're saying 12,671 were handed in to London Transport in 2012. Are they right? Yeah! See? There you go, Roger. And
all
finally,
Roger's fault.
books, 19,315. You're saying that's how many were handed in? OK, let's find out. Are you right? No, you're not. So,
Gloves, then.
let's see how the timeline should have looked.
Oh,
There you
oh really?
Yeah, because books people
I
don't
mean,
hand
So
them in.
Mobile
3,400. So it's actually the big one, yeah.
Mobile phone.
Yeah.
Next one was,
Amazing.
of course, gloves. But the massive one,
Amazing.
19,315 was mobile phones. So that's not bad. You got 2. So that's a total now of 7. Sarah and Roger. Russell and Andy, the more points you get, the more time you'll have to play in the final round, if you're lucky enough to get that far. Here it is, the category, landmarks. You've got 45 seconds. Here comes the 5 moments you need to place on your timeline. Lake Windermere, Silverstone's Grand Prix race circuit, Southend Pier, Heathrow's Northern Runway, and finally the Severn Bridge. Here's what you have to do. Place these on their length in metres. Your time starts now.
Wow.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Well, I would have thought Silverstone's... Oh, hang on. Lake Windermere's got to be...
got to be pretty big because they
Pretty
used,
big. Shall we
didn't
stick
they
it up there for now?
used to do the mountain Campbell and all that sort of
Maybe.
thing.
5,000 metres got to be that, surely.
Southend Pier's big, but it ain't. I would have thought a runway's got to be bigger.
Runway's
go
bigger than...
pretty fast, don't they?
Southend Pier's a mile.
Well, you've got to have a mile to land a plane, haven't you?
Oh, yeah? How many planes you landed?
Oh.
All right, I'll stick it there.
Got chucked off one.
We'll stick Southend there for now. But
And the Severn Bridge ain't far.
Severn Bridge ain't a mile, is it?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, hang on, I've
Hold on.
done a
Done a
movie on
wobble.
that. Done a movie on that.
That's got to be a long way, but let's do the
8,
clock because
7,
we don't
go
want
on,
to lose
6.
time.
Go on in.
All right, guys. Some good funny faces there, Andy.
Oh, I like
You feel
funny
confident, guys?
Not as confident as the last one.
Obviously, with the sport, yeah. So the Severn Bridge, you're saying it's 1,597 metres long. Yeah. Well done. Now, is Southend Pier 2,158 metres long? Yeah. Opened, Russell, in 1830. Heathrow's Northern Runway, is it 3,902 metres long? Yes. Andy, I love this face, this one.
Breathing in out.
That's a good face, man, that really is. Silverstone's Grand Prix racetrack circuit, is it 5,890 metres long? Oh, dear. Well done indeed, which of course means Lake Windermere 2 full houses. Well done indeed. You scored 5, which gives you a grand total now of 10. Which means we are going to say goodbye to guess who? Peter and Katie. Is there anything you want to say before you go?
Good luck to the
Yeah.
other 2 teams.
Oh, well,
well done.
good sports. Peter and Kate, we're going to miss you, but thank you for playing Timeline. Bye-bye. Right, let's find out who is going to play for the money. Now, in this round, you have to work out which event came from a certain year. So, Sarah and Roger, with the least points, you get to choose the first of the options, and here they are. 1970, 1990 and 2010. What's it going to be?
I would say possibly 1970, because it's that long ago. And I know I was only a baby.
I was only a baby. Just.
I think I'd probably be quite good then.
Fine, OK.
So we're going to go 1970, are we?
Yeah.
OK.
Sarah and Roger, 1970 it is. This time it's just 30 seconds on the clock. I'm going to reveal 6 events and you need to work out which 3 did happen in 1970 and which 3 did not. There's 2 points for every correct decision, and remember, whoever has the most points at the end of this round will be playing for £5,000. Sarah and Roger, which 3 of these events did happen in 1970 and which 3 did not? The first episode of Grange Hill. Mariah Carey is born. Paul McCartney leaves the Beatles. The Great Train Robbery takes place. Clive Dunn enters the charts with Grandad. And finally, Saturday Night Fever is released in cinemas. Your time starts now.
Definitely not that. That's 1977.
OK.
Definitely.
OK.
Great Train Robbery. I know that's
It was 1966, yeah, because that's my brother was born. 63, sorry, my brother's born. And I used to watch Grange Hill.
That wouldn't be a bit later, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I used to watch that. Yeah.
Paul McCartney leaves the Beatles. That's about when they split up.
Yeah, Grandad.
Grandad. I think I might have even bought the record.
Yeah, and Mariah Carey. We've got
10
9 seconds
seconds
left.
left.
Go with that one.
Go for that, yeah.
So, Sarah and Roger, let's find out if you're good on the 70s. The first episode of Grange Hill, you're saying that did not happen in February 1970. Are you right? Yes, you are right. Well done. Well done indeed. The first episode of Grange Hill was in 1978. You're saying Mariah Carey was born in 1970, in March. Yes.
I remember it.
Well done, guys. 4 points so far. Paul McCartney leaves the Beatles. You're saying that did happen in April 1970. 3 out of 3. Yeah, you got your rattled now. Yeah. So, here we go. The Great Train Robbery takes place. You're saying it didn't happen in August 1970. You think it's when?
63.
63. Are you right? Yes. It was 1963. You're right. Clive Dunn's Grandad. You're saying that did come out in November 1970. You are playing a blinder. Well done indeed. And finally, Saturday Night Fever. Was that released?
77.
77, you think? That's not actually the answer, though. See, you don't get a bonus for that, I want to point out. But you're saying it didn't happen in December 1970. Are they right for a full house? Well done indeed. You scored 12 points, giving you a grand total of 19. Well done. So which couple will we be saying goodbye to at the end of this round, and who will be going on for a chance to win £5,000? Only time will tell, and it will be telling us after this break. Welcome back to Timeline. It's the show where if you want to win up to £5,000, you really do need time on your side. Now, before the break, we saw Sarah and Roger score a total of 19 points. Russell and Andy are about to face their next timeline. Now, you've got 2 years to choose from. Here are the dates: 1990, 2010. Russell and Andy, what's it going to be?
What do you reckon?
I think 1990.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
It's just got a little bit
2010's too recent. I probably won't remember that. 1990.
Gentlemen,
Please.
1990 it is. Now, remember, if you do make it to the final, I'll be turning your points into time. Which three of these events did happen in 1990 and which three didn't? Singer Rihanna is born. Yugoslavia becomes the first communist country to open a McDonald's. The Hubble Space Telescope is launched. Italy hosts the FIFA World Cup for the second time. Edward Scissorhands is released in UK cinemas. And finally, the Phantom of the Opera stage musical premieres in London. Your time starts now.
That is yes.
That's definitely yes.
So, I'd say that's no. 1990. Is she 23?
1990, that makes it...
23?
Is she 23?
Older than that, isn't she?
I think she's older than that, so that's a wrong one.
I think that one's wrong. And I think...
Phantom of the
15
Opera.
seconds left.
Would you think that's earlier?
I think it is.
10.
I'd say McDonald's because it's been going for so long. No, I'd
Six,
say McDonald's.
five,
Keep that one.
4,
That's it.
3.
I reckon that.
I think that's been going for a long while.
OK.
Here we go. Let's find out, shall we? So, you're saying Rihanna was not born in February 1990. Yes. It was 1988, gentlemen. You're saying McDonald's did open in Yugoslavia in March 1990. Are the guys right? It was in 1988. Oh, we've got a game on our hands now.
We've had it.
You may not have, you don't know. I like this. Roger and Sarah. Can I remind you that you've got to get the next 4 right to get through to the next round? So, the Hubble Space Telescope, you're saying it wasn't launched in April 1990. Are they right? No, you're wrong. It was launched in 1990. It means you're out, but at home, you know, they all go, well, we want to know the rest of the timeline. So can you just sort of hang with us and wipe that grin off your face, Roger? You're saying Italy did host the World Cup for the second time in June 1990. You must feel confident about this.
Right.
Yes. You're saying Edward Scissorhands was released in July 1990. Yes. You're saying the Phantom of the Opera didn't happen in 1990. Yes. 86 it was. You scored 8. Which means it gives you a grand total of 18, which isn't enough, so commiserations. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Yeah,
Yeah?
it's been a good laugh.
As
good
it,
laugh.
you said that through gritted teeth.
It was, yeah. I'm really Mr. Happy, you know. Yeah. Never mind, it happens.
It's so
Well
near,
played.
but yet so far. Yeah. Bless them, there they go. Bless them, Andy. Bye-bye. Sarah, Roger, what can I say?
Who would have thought?
I know.
Oh, gosh.
You were confident, though, all the time, though, Roger, weren't you? No, we're getting them. There was only 1 point ever in it, but it was a great comeback. It really was. Well, here we go. We're into the final round. Right, we're all rooting for you. This is how it works. We're going to give 15 seconds to you to complete your timeline. Plus, of course, 5 seconds for every point you've won so far. You scored 19 points, which means you've now a total of 1 minute, 50 seconds in your time bank. And that's how long you've got to correctly place 5 events on your timeline. If you get all the 5 events right, you could be playing for £5,000. It is high time for your next timeline. Right, there's the time and there's the timeline. 2008 to 2013. You'll be shown 5 clips. All you need to do is to place each clip on the right year. And as there are 6 years on the timeline, one of them is a red herring, so you want to avoid that one. These are your categories: rescues, victories, world, music, food. What one would you like to go with? What one do you feel?
I'd go...
Victories?
Yeah, victories, yeah.
Victories it is. Good luck. Time will start counting down when the first clip you choose starts playing. But remember, the longer you watch the clip, the more time you're wasting. Place the event shown on the right year and you'll win £500. You've got 1 minute, 50 seconds in your time bank. Your time starts when the first clip begins. In which year did Joanna Lumley win this battle?
Joanna Lumley, whose father fought with the Gurkhas, led the celebrations.
2:10 to 11, something like that.
Rules are illegal.
We've got time. We've got 1:42 left. I do remember that. 2:10 to 11.
I'd say 2:10.
Okay. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop time on that. OK. You're saying 2010. You don't seem too confident.
I do remember it.
Yeah.
It was about the her fighting for the Gurkhas.
Yeah, which is what it said in the clip.
Yeah. But I do remember that.
Sarah and Roger, let's see if you're right. Let's see if that event happened in 2010. No. Well, let's find out where it should have gone on the timeline. You put it on 2010. It should have gone much earlier. 2008. You wouldn't believe that, would you?
No, gosh.
So never mind. There's still £2,000 left to play for, and these are the categories. Here we go: rescues, world, music, food.
I'll let you choose this time.
Gosh. I'd like to go for music because we know a little bit. Or world?
Yeah, go for world.
World, please.
World it is. In which year was it almost the end?
If the
Was that
world's
last
going
year?
to end tomorrow, probably
2012,
as
yeah,
well
Yeah,
as what
2012.
we've got
Yep.
today.
Happy with that? Yeah, do you
In
want
the
to go?
meantime, after
2012. Yeah. Remember that happening at school? Yeah, the kids were talking
This
about
was
that.
the Mayan calendar prophesising the end of the world, but was that in 2012? Yeah! We're on a roll! This is it. You've got £500. Right, here are the categories again. They are, of course, rescues, music, food.
Rescues?
Yeah, go for rescues, yeah.
So you've chosen rescues. In which year did this miraculous event occur?
And from being hauled half a mile through the ground in a
Yeah,
steel
that
tube.
was
Yeah.
virtually, that's the
Reunited
Chilean
Chilean,
miners,
yeah,
yeah. I'm
211.
virtually sure that that was that.
211, yeah.
2011. It is, of course, them
Chilean
rescuing
miners.
the Chilean miners. But did it happen in 2011?
No!
Gosh.
Where do you think it should have gone now, then?
Probably
2010.
2010, let's see. Yeah. All right, then, there's still another £1,000 on the board there. So here we go. Here's your categories again. Choose music or food.
I don't mind.
Let's go for food.
Okay, food, please.
Yeah.
You're going to go food. OK, well, just a reminder, you've got 1 minute, 8 seconds left. That's plenty of time. Here it is. In which year did we start to watch what we eat?
You can't blame a Sunday farmers market for making the most of the scandal surrounding horse meat. This horse meat exporter in Derbyshire warned the government
Everything
nearly
seems to
2
be gone
years
back.
ago
Was that
that horses
2013
injected with the
or-
animal
No, I
pain
think it's
of
before
abuse
that because we were
getting into
talking.
the
Wasn't
human
this year?
food.
Yeah.
We thought the Chilean miners was 2011, so I don't know whether that was.
Horse meat, actually, I think it was this year, because I think there's some funny things on
You've got plenty
Twitter
in
and
there.
stuff like that.
You want to go for 13?
I think horse meat, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, go on, yeah. Could get me wrist slapped in.
I don't mind. It's fine.
You took quite a bit of time, didn't you? So you're saying 2013, the horse meat scandal happened?
Yeah.
Yes! £1,000.
Time
So,
just goes so quickly.
You've
doesn't
got
it?
£1,000. That's
Okay,
yours. There's still
music.
£500 to be won. You've got 2 dates to choose from, 2009 and 2011. 38 seconds. The category is music. In which year did Cheryl Cole break out on her own?
Gosh. I know the two boys at home are screaming at this.
Pretty sure it'd be two. I can't see it being like 4 or 5 years ago.
Plenty of
I know
time,
the two boys
guys.
at home. Both my boys were screaming this at the television. We've got 25 seconds. I really... gosh, I would go 9.
yeah, that's-
Because I think
that's-
11's been a bit of a red herring for us. But
Yeah. But you
that's
happy with
entirely
that?
up. Yeah, I think it's just 50-50. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, that's what I... It's probably
Yeah.
longer ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we're
So
happy with
this
that.
is when
yeah.
you think Cheryl Cole...
Yep.
Going to stop the clock there,
Yeah,
6
it's
seconds.
4 years ago, wasn't it?
OK, do you think Cheryl Cole's fight for this love was in 2009? Yes! Well done, guys. You have just won yourself £1,500. Congratulations. But how do you fancy doubling that to £3,000? Let me explain how it works. I've got one last timeline. It goes from 1992 to 2013. And we're going to put 45 seconds on the clock. You can rearrange the timeline as many times as you wish, and if you can correctly place all 5 events in 45 seconds, we will double your money to £3,000. But if you don't successfully complete the timeline before the clock reaches 0, you leave with nothing. I can tell you the question as well. You need to place these celebrity scandals on the year they happened. What would you like to do, Sarah and Roger?
I think it's very difficult because in the last round, time just goes really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, from 2007 to 2012, you think, oh, that wasn't that long ago. Then you got 2012 and 13.
Yeah, I
the
think
Under Armour, the horse meat.
I know, dude.
I think we should.
Yeah, I think we should stick.
I think we'll stick, yeah.
You're going to stick?
It's
Listen, Sarah, Roger, it's not their money, it's yours, and you have won £1,500. Come here. Roger, it's a kiss. Oh, listen, it's still a lot of money.
Well done. Thanks very much.
So that's it. That's it from me. Thank you for your time. Join us again when 3 more couples play Timeline, the show where time really is money. Go on, great. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.